the invisible virus that everybody nowadays has in their bodies, when nobody really knows what's going on, what is this virus doing in your body, and why people are still so unaware of it, and why even doctors don't even know what's going on in your body if you have this virus, or they don't even know why you have symptom X, Y, Z. And we're going to talk about that virus nowadays. It's the virus that is responsible for the most chronic illness out there. It is probably the most dangerous virus out there that is wreaking havoc in our bodies over a longer period of time. It's not something that is doing harm immediately most of the times. It's something that can stay dormant over years and years and years and years, and then it can cause issues in your body, chronic symptoms, and I'm going to elaborate on that much more. I'm not talking about flu virus, I'm not talking about rhinoviruses, I'm not talking about cytomegalovirus, I'm not talking about HPV. There are so many other viruses. It's in the herpes family, and I'm talking about the Epstein-Barr virus. Maybe you heard of it, the infamous Epstein-Barr virus. Maybe you heard of it because you heard that somebody had mononucleosis, the infamous mononucleosis, and you heard it's caused by the Epstein-Barr virus, which is true. So what is the Epstein-Barr virus? The Epstein-Barr virus was found in 1964, and after the discovery of the Epstein-Barr virus, there wasn't so much more research going on. Why didn't they dig deeper into that topic? Why was there not so much funding in more research about the Epstein-Barr virus? Maybe because then people would actually know what's going on with their lives and with their chronic symptoms. But I'm here to tell you that the Epstein-Barr virus is actually responsible for lots of chronic illness. And the Epstein-Barr virus, and I'm also going to talk about blood tests. Is it worth it? What's going on? Should I test for it? Should I get a test for it? And so on. But right now, I want to explain to you what this virus is doing in your body, what kind of stages the virus is going through, what is known in the medical field, what is not known, and should you do tests for it, what's causing it, or what kind of issues, what kind of chronic symptoms are caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. So in stage 1, and also where you can contract it. So let's start with that, where you can contract it. So basically, you can even inherit the Epstein-Barr virus from your parents. So that's one way on how you can contract EBV. You can contract it through bodily fluids. Even if you kiss somebody, you can get an Epstein-Barr virus. If you go out and eating in a restaurant and the chef cuts his finger and puts a band-aid on, and just a little bit of, just a speck of blood can be in your food from him, there you can contract the Epstein-Barr virus. You can get it in public toilets. You can get it through blood transfusions because they don't test for it. I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit more. Basically, you can catch it everywhere. If you see on what I'm talking about here, you feel like, yeah, basically you can get it everywhere, and it's the truth. That's also why almost everybody nowadays has some varieties of EBV in their bodies. The short form, the abbreviation of Epstein-Barr virus is EBV. I'm gonna say EBV now most of the time because it's just easier to tell, easier to talk about it like this. So the virus goes through 4 stages in the body. The first stage is that, and the medical system is not aware of that. The first stage is that you basically contract the virus and it's going through your bloodstream pretty dormant. It's causing no issues, but it's just waiting for an opportunity to attack you. Usually it comes in during college time, when you had lots of stress, when you were partying a lot, the immune system drops, and then the virus attacks you for the first time. And this is when the virus, after stage 1, after you contracted it, after it stayed dormant in your body, then it attacks you for the first time when you had an immune system drop, when you had something going on, lots of stress, lots of adrenaline, lots of emotional triggers. Then you get to stage 2, which is also known as mononucleosis, the infamous kissing disease. And in that stage, We know you can get completely wiped out for it. You can be sick for 3 months, sore throat, fever, tonsillitis. You can get basically every flu symptom that you can imagine. Some people also just have a scratchy throat for 1 or 2 weeks. It can be both ways, depending on your immune system, depending on if you're feeding the virus in your body. But this is actually stage 2. And then, this is very important to understand right now. After stage 2 of Epstein-Barr virus, it goes dormant in the body again. And this is also one of the biggest medical blunders that exist, besides one of some other things that are going on, like that Lyme disease is caused by bacteria, which is not, it's viral, or that autoimmune diseases are caused by your body is attacking itself, which is also complete nonsense. It's also caused by viruses. But back to the topic, when you had mononucleosis, which you know, then the virus is settling into organs, like the liver, mainly the liver. The spleen can be also an organ where the virus is settling in, the reproductive system as well. But mainly it's the liver. And then the biggest problem here is that the doctor, pharmaceutical system, they test a blood test for the Epstein-Barr virus. If you get mononucleosis, which is also the phase where you can contract EBV the most, so you're most infectious if you have EBV. So if you're on stage 2, if you have mono. So if you have mono or somebody else has it, try to stay away from them as much as possible. Don't share any bodily fluids because this is where it's most infectious and contagious. So you have to be really careful with that. You can still get it through bodily fluids or if you just share a glass with somebody else, but this is the stage where it's most infectious. And then the virus goes into the organs. And the biggest issue here is now that the medical system and your doctor thinks, we don't see EBV anymore in your blood. It's gone, it's okay, it doesn't wreak any havoc anymore, it's gone, your immune system battled it. But this is only where the journey began from Epstein-Barr virus. This is where the journey began. And now it can stay dormant for 10, 20, 30 years in your organs and can slowly wreak havoc, can make your liver sluggish, can also cause other issues in your reproductive system. I'm going to elaborate on that soon. And then it can be after 5 years, can be after 2 years, can be after 25 years, after 50 years, also depending on what kind of variety you have. Because when it comes to testing, I was just talking about the testing. Let's hop on that real quick. There are over 60 varieties of Epstein-Barr virus. And the medical system can test for 2. So if they test you for Epstein-Barr virus and they don't see it in your blood, doesn't mean that you don't have it. Everybody nowadays have it. Everybody has it. So if just because they don't detect it in the blood doesn't mean you don't have it, because they can test for 60 varieties, they only can test for 2, and it's constantly mutating. And the even bigger issue is they can test EBV in the organs. They can test it in the liver, they can test it in the reproductive system and in the spleen. They can only test in the blood. That's where it sips through. It sips through the medical testing and nobody's taking care of it because nobody has it even on their radar. It's just insane. And then as it nests in the organs, it can go to the next stage. We have 4 stages in total. It can go to stage 3. And in stage 3, the virus usually goes from your liver to your thyroid. This is the most common destination of the Epstein-Barr virus. And in your thyroid, 95% of thyroid issues, Hashimoto, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, Graves' disease, you name it, are caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. It can drill into your thyroid. It can even cause nodules and cysts in your thyroid. And this is basically stage 3. And in that stage also, it releases something called, it starts to release periodically neurotoxins and dermatoxins, which are toxins that are released by the virus itself when it feeds on certain foods. like eggs, dairy or gluten, or also on toxic heavy metals like mercury or aluminum or copper. And then it can release neurotoxins and dermatoxins. Neurotoxins, as in the name, is affecting nerves, it's affecting neurons, and dermatoxins are more surfacing to the derma. And in the derma, then you can experience eczema, you can experience psoriasis, which is caused by EBV plus copper in the liver. So the EBV, for instance, if you have eczema, you have Epstein-Barr virus in your liver, which is feeding on copper, and then as it eats copper, as it feeds on copper, it's releasing a dermatoxin that is floating around in your bloodstream. Then if you have a high-fat, high-protein diet, you can detox that, you can cleanse that, surfacing to the skin, and then you get the eczema, which can be debilitating, as you may know if you have it. It's only one symptom, only one disease that's caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. But stage 3, we were stopping at stage 3. There's when you can experience lupus, also caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. And in stage 3, you can get all kinds of thyroid issues. But after stage 3, we are heading to stage 4, which is the stage you usually don't want to have it. I had it at stage 4, for instance. It's the worst stage. You can always do something about that, so I don't want to fearmonger anything about it so much, because the immune system is much stronger than anything else. So if you take care of your immune system, if you take care of the EBV, if you attack it in the right way, you can get rid of it. So, but what is happening in stage 4? In stage 4, the ultimate goal of the Epstein-Barr virus is to attack your central nervous system or your nervous system in general. And in stage 4, it's releasing these neurotoxins that I just explained. It's releasing these neurotoxins constantly. And these neurotoxins are highly allergic to nerves. So, if you have constant neurotoxins in your bloodstream, it can really affect your whole central nervous system. And then symptoms like severe fatigue, like chronic fatigue, ME/CFS can develop. If you have a really bad variety of EBV and lots of heavy metals in your system like mercury, you can get MS, you can get the worst neurological symptoms. That's actually what's going on if you are in stage 4. This is where it gets really worse. You can get fatigue, you can get brain fog, you can get tinnitus, you can get nerve pain, you can get all kinds of different neurological issues that you can think of. And even if you're in that stage, you can still do something about that. For instance, brain fog, when you have the feeling like you're slightly drunk, it's one of the symptoms that I had. One of the symptoms where you feel like you were slightly drunk, where you feel like you can't concentrate, you know you want to tell something, you know what you want to say, but you can't find the words and you can't get the words out. This is also caused by Epstein-Barr virus neurotoxins. And these neurotoxins, they float around your bloodstream, and then they can land on nerves and they diminish neurotransmitter chemicals in your brain. And neurotransmitter chemicals are there that electrical impulses can hop from one neuron to another neuron. And if that is diminished, the quality of your electrical impulses, of your thoughts, are diminished as well, because the electrical impulses can't hop from one neuron to another neuron. And this is actually where you can experience brain fog. This is how you experience brain fog. And the Epstein-Barr virus, we talked about the stages, we talked about that you can't really test for it because it sits in the liver, it sits in the organs. Usually you find out that you have it when you see your symptoms. Yeah, if I look at your symptoms, if you say to me, I have tinnitus, I have eye floaters, these black floaters in your eyesight. I have what do you have? Migraines. You could have all kinds of different. Let's go through some diseases or symptoms that are caused by the Epstein-Barr virus, because it's a lot. It's eczema, psoriasis. It is tinnitus, as I say, MS, CFS, chronic fatigue, which is CFS, even slight fatigue, neurological fatigue. Weight loss is also caused by the Epstein-Barr virus that is sitting in your liver, really leading to lots of adrenaline output from your adrenals, because it's like an alarm state for your liver, it's an alarm state for your body when EBV sits in your liver, and it's forcing your adrenals to produce lots of adrenaline, which is causing you to lose weight all the time so you can't gain weight. This is also one issue. EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. What kind of else? We have PCOS, Epstein-Barr virus. We have endometriosis, EBV. Infertility, also caused mainly by Epstein-Barr virus. We have so many issues. I don't think, let's see if I have another topics on the top of my head. Mood swings can be caused by EBV. Even jerks and spasms can be caused by EBV because it's all interfering with neurons, especially when it's in stage 4. And these strong neurological symptoms that you can experience when you have tingling and numbness, also caused by EBV. Lots of nerve pain. If you have injuries that won't heal, it's also EBV. Some people have a knee surgery and they recover and everything is fine. Another guy has a knee surgery and they don't recover. They still have pain in their knee, they don't know what's going on. And for years and years and years and years, they have the knee pain, but they don't recover because they don't know that on injured areas, EBV can go to that areas and cause the inflammation. Rheumatoid arthritis, also caused by Epstein-Barr virus, the joint pain. And there are so many other issues that are caused by the EBV. Lumps, cysts, tumors. I don't want to elaborate on that, but I don't want to mention that word, but so many other issues. Long C, the virus that everybody used to talk about, also caused by Epstein-Barr virus. Brain fog, I talked about that. Even glaucoma, some cases of insomnia, vertigo, dizziness, fibromyalgia, or even fibroids. And if you think, it can be all caused by one virus, but if you listen closely, it's not only one virus, it's over 60 varieties of it. And these 60 varieties, they cause all these symptoms. They are the Epstein-Barr virus is the root cause of these symptoms. There's nothing else that is causing that. And of course, there are other viruses that cause different issues. There is the shingles virus. There's other bacteria. There's streptococcus that is also causing bladder infections. But this video is about Epstein-Barr virus and it's causing lots of issues. And it's most of the time, it's the root cause of autoimmune diseases as well. And if you want to know on how to heal that, check out my website. It's in the description, www.theobergmann.com. You can book your free discovery call there. And in the free discovery call, we're gonna analyze your whole situation. We're gonna talk about what's going on in your body, what kind of symptoms you have. If you have an ongoing Epstein-Barr virus, for instance, we figure out if it would make sense to work on that and if it would make sense to attack or to have a protocol that is attacking and targeting the Epstein-Barr virus, then we can actually get rid of it and reduce or heal your symptoms. So I would love to talk to you and thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.